Hello, YouTube viewers. I hope the audio is well connected. We're about to do a meetup with John Ho live, and I've got a mic for him. Hopefully, things will go well. Anyways, we are looking at Alt Chiang Mai, which is a co-living, co-working space that John is going to tell us about. Um, so we're having a look at the facade. It's a modern building, and let's get started, shall we? So we have never ever met before, but this is going to be our first meetup. And I sent out a link on Instagram, on Twitter, or Twitter, and online. So I didn't mention to John that I would be live streaming, but seeing as that he's no stranger to live streaming, I'm hoping it'll be okay. Otherwise, we're going to cut it short. So let's see if the door is open. Yes, it's open. Great, 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 great. This is fantastic. Hi, I'm here to meet with John.
John Paul?
Yes,
He's not here yet, so you can sit down.
thank you, thank you. Okay. Hello, Des. Hi, Dean. So let me just put the front-facing camera on. There we be. So I have my. There we go. It's a very modern place. But I'll let John give us a tour. I don't want to give away too much, and I need to remind myself to mic him and to turn him on. But I guess he'll be arriving any moment. Wow, this place is happening. There's a lot of people here at desks. Um, so, all right. Okay. By the way, is the audio coming around nicely? All right. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And check out the upstairs. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Look at that. So this is Alt Chiang Mai. You can find it on Google. And I haven't seen this before. I don't know if anybody has done a live stream meetup with John about this. I know that he and Dave, uh, thank you, Dean, thank you so much. I know Dave in Osaka, when they did a meetup about 3 months ago, they went out on street fooding and just, very casual stuff. So we'll see what John says. Hi Cosmic Rose and hi Desi, bonjour, comment ça va? Donc on est très content de vous voir. Et there's air conditioning in here, which is great. Hey, how do you like my shirt? I bought this in Chiang Mai. It's just cotton, but I like the buttons on it. It's just two little buttons, and it's perfect for a day like today. So maybe what I'll do is, if John is en route, that ever elusive Scarlet Pimpernel, I can let him know that I'm live and he'll be walking into a live situation. So yes, you like my title, 6 Degrees of John Ho. I'll explain later. Hopefully I'm still tethered to, no, I'm no longer tethered. Too bad. To my phone, but there's probably Wi-Fi here. Let's see if it's posted. Not quite. It's very boutiquey, for lack of better description. Okay, Des. Well, yes, you can catch this on the replay on, but you know how to find me on YouTube, so it's not a problem. And thank you for coming in. Yes, it's very late. It's 2 in the morning, and you hate your job. I've been keeping notes. Everything's very clean. So I'm I'm not sure if this building was renovated and then fitted out with ultra modern stuff, but there is like an attention to detail. So I've got questions as far as what was the process, of hiring? Was it an architect and then they had their team, or was it like an architect and an interior designer for commercial, um, for commercial spaces? Because everything feels right. Everything feels like it's in its place. The entrance, the doors. I mean, look at what we're looking at here. See the doors and the choice of the font. I like the font actually that they chose for co-working. Um, something home open, OPEN, opening home, opening hours. Okay, opening hours. There you go. And here there's a little stand. You see these little details like that. This is obviously somebody with, and of course, motorbikes are king. So you need a nice proper place to put your helmets. Pacific time. Okay, that's great, Cosmic Rose. Then that's not too late for you, but I don't know. I think time is relative for some people. And check out the comfy cushions that I'm sitting on. These ones here. Very nice. And I have a table like this, and that's what my gimbal is parked on. What else can I spy with my little eye? Okay, what do you think is in these little jars right here? What do you think that is? Is that is that bomb? Who told you to put the bomb on? Did I tell you to put the bomb on? Who told you to put the bomb on? What kind of bomb? Is it tiger bomb? Can we read the label? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Super B. Okay, so that must be a product line, and they probably are have paid something to either maybe they're giving away something and they get free advertisement, or you can buy a toothbrush. Yeah, it looks like toothbrush and amenities because this is a co-living, co-working space. Ergo, you will need like your basics. So it just occurred to me. It just occurred to me. See, I wonder if there's a gap every time you shift the camera from forward to in the audio. But it occurred to me that everybody that is a client here is a traveling working person, or ergo a digital nomad, and or if you're a local per se. Well, yeah, you can be a local and a digital nomad. Um, So everyone has like special needs for their projects. And I guess the advantage to a space like this is sometimes you come across a problem that's outside of your expertise, and there might be somebody sitting right next to you that can help you out. I can see like hundreds and hundreds of different variations of instances where, because you're sharing a co-living, co-working space, that with that kind of networking, it makes sense. Again, I know very little about it. I just know from what I've read, and you can pretty well try and connect dots. But I'm sure there are things that I have missed, and I'm filling in time uh, while we're waiting for John. So yeah, he has two receptionists on staff. So I assume they're salaried, right? And then there's a coffee shop that looks like they have like a very expensive Italian espresso, a double espresso machine. So I think those are like $10,000. I'm not sure, but if it serves, um, those machines right there, are about 10 grand, if not more. Oh, thank you. Hey, this is just like we're on Hal Sparks. Uh, Hal Sparks show. Thank you, Rose. So, so yes, and today, today's broadcast is brought to you by Fisherman's Friend Choco Mento Orange Lozenges. One of like 15 flavors you can get here in Thailand. So, let's see if there's a Wi-Fi. Nope. Dang, can't use Twitch emote codes here. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to fill in the blanks then. Anyways, hmm. Oh yes. Do you remember John, prior to leaving Hong Kong for Thailand, had skincare products that was part of his business. I think he had many businesses, but one of his businesses was um, select skincare products. So I guess he still has that in. But I kind of like the New Skin. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know he was with New Skin. I know them. Apparently, they're good. And so I like how there's room for these, and they just like, if you left the plain wall there, it would be crying for something to fill that space. So these little stands, these pop-up stands, are they just fit right in to this space. So that's why I was going on about. It's clear that somebody, if he did it himself, I would be impressed. Um, but from what I've seen, this is screaming. I hired an interior designer um, for these kind of details because that's what you pay them the big bucks for, and it shows. Nutrient supplements. Oh, how is the lag, by the way? Because you saw I said nutrient supplements, so hopefully it wasn't a minute and a half for it to show up on screen. Because that way, if we get questions for John, because I remember the number of questions that we had lined up for him. And
John will be here in 10 minutes.
okay.
So maybe you can wait at the phone.
Okay.
So when you're the
I can wait here.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. Thank you. So apparently John called in to say he's going to be here in 15 minutes. So it looks like we're going to fill time. Gee, I wonder what I've got up my sleeve to keep things going. Luckily, this will be a replay, and there aren't too many people that that are on Eastern Standard Time, and they would be 2 something in the morning. And add 5 hours to that, and that is what time it is in Europe. There you go. 15 minutes to Ho. 15 minutes to 6 degrees of John Ho. So I like, there are some stands for laptops over there. Let's get the rear. Just a second. I like those stands, the one that's right in the middle of the screen. They look ergonomically really smart and brilliant, and I guess they come with the establishment. So is that a tennis squash racket a Wi-Fi antenna, or is it an electronic bug zapper? I think it's a Wi-Fi extender, but I could be wrong. So let's see if I have a different. 1.5. Okay, so this is my iPhone 13 mini. So I have this lens, and I have this lens, and I think I prefer that lens. Okay, well, there you go. I don't either, so but I won't beat myself up over that. So I wonder if John Ho 15 minutes really amounts to 15 minutes. Let's time it, shall we? We're being a bit OCD. Person. Oh, what? Really? Uh, wait. Person turquoise waving. Heck, I know. Okay. So, yeah, everything here is modern, modern, modern. Second lens is better for portraiture, first for wide angle. Right, right. I'm getting used to prism. Um, and obviously that's what I have available on my 13 mini, and so it's good. You know, I was explaining to you earlier about you're on a learning thing and you make mistakes early on, and then at some point you just get smarter and things become muscle memory, and then you just have beautifully curated performances. Are you only seeing text for the emoji? Face fuchsia poops kit. Hey Dean. Um, oh wait. Face red smiling live. What is this emoji mean? Oh, okay. Second lens is better. 15 minutes. So the last emojis I saw, like you had the hands and you had the face like this, and um, and then you had the laughing like this, and then and that was the last posted emoji. So if you have other emojis, they're not showing up. But thanks for filling in the space. So I'm going to try and hopefully uh, get my camera manipulation. If I see Ho approaching, we'll catch him in the shot, and then I'll remember to remind me to turn on his mic. When you turn it on, it it goes green. So hopefully uh, we'll be able to both talk and continue. So that was nice of him to call ahead to his reception staff to maybe they let him know, hey, by the way, you have some annoying live streamer sitting in the waiting room. Shall we call security? Um, okay. Another thing is on the mini, the text is so small that I have to do this. Jim, no, I'm just trying to see if you are actually seeing the emoji or only just the text for the emoji. Okay. Yeah, there was some text things such as stopwatch, blue hand timer. That's the text that I saw, and that was Dean. So Dean's was just the text for the emoji, and then yours, yeah, waving heck, I know, was something that I guess was an emoji that did not translate. So now we know. It's good that we have this time to iron these things out. Real plants. I like that. Real plants. Okay. Second, person turquoise waving. Yeah, turquoise. That was something I didn't know, and it didn't translate. So, so now we know. Wow. Even there are outlets on this bench. Like, remember I was talking about an interior designer or an interior architect? Do you see these? This is so that you have your you can plug in your power cable and still be productive because this is a living workspace. Okay, the ones you are only seeing text are YouTube emojis. Wah, wah. Well, at least we have YouTube emojis. So, so I can see, well, now that I see this place, and I haven't really heard from John yet, but I can understand why he doesn't have time for live streaming anymore. Because I would gather if you have multiple businesses, and this happens to be probably his most important venture, it requires a certain amount of time and effort. And you remember earlier at breakfast, I was wondering who the Schneider of this establishment is, or if it's a team of Schneiders, because you can see all kinds of potential like problems, technical problems, Wi-Fi problems, connectivity problems, and you're going to need an on-the-spot guy 24/7 who has to like toot sweet, take care of it. So these are my Mac. Yes, they're beautiful. They're nice. So at least you don't have both hands tied. You just got one hand tied behind your back. Oh, do you see this? This. So you remember I showed you the dragon bracelet, and it was a woven leather. Well, I replaced it with this, which is just rawhide with a gold leaf, and then the gold leaf is muted. like it's very textured. He is the producer, I guess. But sometimes you have people that also are hands on. And while I'm thinking about it, I have a stupid eyelash in my eye that's bugging the heck out of me. And I hope I'm not making it worse. Clean my glasses. I would say, um, what would it be? 5 more minutes, Turkish. 5 more minutes, Turkish. Which is a line from Guy Ritchie's 2000, yeah, 2000 movie called Snatch with Statham, Jason Statham, whose character's name was Turkish, and 5 more minutes, Turkish. You remember Pee Wee's Funhouse? He would do things like he would have a thing and go, ow, 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 ow. That was a really good cartoon. I think wasn't it on Saturday mornings? Producers tell the directors what to do, and then they tell the managers, and then they delegate. You delegate tasks, but sometimes you have a limited budget, and you have to wear the producer hat. You have to wear the director hat. It all depends on what the budget is, and then if you can have a reliable specialist who will deliver, and it's like, look, he's worth the money. I've got the money and I'm going to spend it, and by golly, I'm going to get results. But at some point, you kind of have to say, well, this is my overhead and this is my profit margin, and I could maybe increase my profit margin by taking on some of these responsibilities. So this is my question for John. Is this like a turnkey thing where he just, he just puts on the green light and all systems go? And hopefully, what goes in and what goes out um, tallies where it's more profitable um, than what you know. I think you know what I'm trying to say. So, and today, at this very moment, it's still very hot out. So when you're outdoors and you're in the bright sunlight, um, you're not comfortable. You want to be in the shade, which is amazing weather. Da-da-da-da. See, I'm thinking John would probably come from a back entrance, never from the front. And I keep looking at the front, so I'm thinking, nah, he has his own private entrance, and he'll come up through the floor, through like an elevator dock, and he'll just appear from the floor. Like that voodoo guy in that movie, the James Bond movie that's in Jamaica, I think, or Haiti, one of those Caribbean countries. So I need to be quick and turn the camera into front facing. You can you can't read the second emoji, only a question mark. Okay. So I have the rear camera ready, and it automatically goes to the second one, not the one that's wide angle, but the one that is more for portraiture or close call. So thank God it is really, the airflow in here is really nice. And thanks, Dean, for reminding me about Micah's name because I've gotten pretty good with names. I really had to work at retaining names, especially on initial meetings, and that goes back to the mid '80s. And thankfully, um, I stopped doing that. I stopped. I guess I developed tools to be able to retain longer than 3 seconds the name of the person who just introduced themselves. Um, but occasionally, when you stop interacting with somebody and it's like more than a year, I might get a block as to what is their name. And it's worse when you actually meet them like by accident and you're just trying to think, oh, is it going to come to me? So, yes. And I'm looking at the state of the windows because like these windows need to be cleaned on a regular basis because obviously people have a tendency to touch and smear. So I still have residual caulking fits, but that's what the fisherman friends are for. Hmm. Yeah, it's whole time. So yeah, I assume he might probably have news on what's going on with Rosella, and I think I just recently started following Swiss Mike on Instagram. Um, and JL, I haven't heard from. JL from Switzerland, I haven't heard from. He used to be a regular travel scoper. No, no, none, nothing. Last year in Taiwan, you were on the train, in restaurants. Sometimes, yes, there are certain establishments like restaurants where the staff are required to wear masks. But I think it's more of a psychological thing of kind of like the restaurant is trying to make demonstrate that they're going that extra mile for their clientele's benefit. But it's more of a psychological. Um, I heard. I don't. There's no. There's not a peep about it here in Asia. Not, which is good because it's not welcome. In fact, when that C word was brought up, it was brought up in the context of anti vaxxers. And I just got triggered in saying that, if I had knowledge of somebody being like an adamant anti vaxxer, I wouldn't trust them to walk my dog or water my plants, much less. And that's where I stand on that. Okay, sure. No, 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 no. It's all right. So I'm being asked to move to because I guess I'm making a. Hi, sorry. I I was talking, but I guess I should have kept my voice down. Because I'm sorry, it's also not valuable. It's a workspace. Yep. Great. So looks like there is a control. Thank you. So this is like the kitchenette. So oh, and it's a swivel chair. Look at that. A swivel chair. A lot more comfortable. Okay. Well, it is a working space, so. But I like it, the fact that the staff um, are proactive, you know. So they keep the ship running. Like there's little micro adjustments that need to be made. They make it. Because yeah, when you're in the middle of a dialogue on a stream, sometimes you forget your decibel level, and then maybe like you've been talking 20 minutes. But see, that's not my fault. I was here on time, and so you're gonna leave me in a waiting room. You know, I'm not capable of just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. So I'm glad that they were able to find an alternative space for me, and I can use, I can activate the Dave in Osaka geisha spotting voice. 1 in 20 are getting it. Wow, Vax only helps you not die and get hospitalized. Yeah, I'm okay with that because I have been vaccinated and boosted, and I have had COVID since the vaccination, and the whole process was a 10-day thing, and I would expect it would have been a lot worse had I not been vaccinated. So then, like a library, yeah. Take ta, delete last post. Well, oh my God, wait a minute. What? No?
No.
No? Oh, no. Oh,
No.
just a second.
Okay. Oh, are you in the call?
You got a mic. No, we're live. We've been talking about you.
Are we?
We've been waiting for you.
Whoops.
So now you're mic'd up. Hey, okay, it is the elusive John Ho, who has been away.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
It's okay, but you haven't been live streaming, so you need to, you know, the inquiring minds need to know. We got a list. Hopefully, we're not ambushing you with some.
How many people are watching right now?
Well, right now we just have two. There's Dean, which you're familiar
Hey, Dean.
with, and the Cosmic Rose, who was a great moderator on Periscope.
I remember.
Okay. And then I made a shout out on Twitter and on Line and on Instagram to let us know that it's 6 degrees of John Ho, Alt Chiang Mai, co-living and working space.
Right.
So, you know, I know very little about the space, but just by walking in, I had some questions.
Okay. Should we sit here and do this, or how do you want to?
Or we can sit next to each other and then sit across because we're both mic'd. Maybe like the high chair.
Sure.
Okay, so let's.
I'm so out of the game.
No, you know, it's
so
like muscle memory,
right now.
dude.
I know.
It's muscle memory, and
Can I give you a hug first, by the way? Welcome.
Thank you. This is such an impressive place. Now, my original question is, because it's in my wheelhouse, you must have hired an interior design architect team, or if you save money and you did some of this yourself, I'm very impressed.
We have a professional guy.
It shows. It really reeks of everything is in its place, but it's done so well that it's just effortless. That's how it's supposed to.
Thank you.
Well,
good to know.
You did not waste money. That guy was, whoever it was.
We didn't waste money. We spent a lot though.
No, it shows. But the point is, you spent it smartly. That guy was worth it for what you spent. Because had you done it yourself, I doubt if you could have come with.
There's 2 buildings and a garden and a rooftop. 27 bedrooms and 30 working desks. So. It's a commercial project. This is what
you've been doing with yourself. So is this your number one baby?
This is 90% of my time.
Okay, so do we forgive him for not live streaming?
Since I left the live streaming world, I suppose.
Well, you have, and there's been a disturbance in the force.
Disturbance?
Yeah. It's like nobody gets their John Ho live fix anymore.
Well, there's the Instagram.
But the point is, every
Yeah.
now and then you will get some of the Periscope community, which are keepers, and that's why it's 6 degrees of John Ho, because everybody that was a keeper in Periscope is connected to John Ho. And there you go. That's the title of this.
Nobody here knows about it.
Cool.
Because they
Cool,
haven't even
better.
heard about Periscope.
It's like you're a complicated person, and you don't have to know everything. It's just like little increments.
Like I
at a
used to be
time.
a psychopath before, and now I've like cleaned up my history and start a new life and be like, and then you come over and say, hey, remember those days? I'm like,
reinventing,
yeah.
I think, is an amazing thing, and you know, like all the one-name people get to do it. You know, Madonna, Bono, Sting.
I
Cher.
wouldn't go as far as
They reinvent.
comparing stuff.
Well, you
Yeah.
reinvent,
Yeah,
and it's nice when you're successful at what you do, and it doesn't end up biting you in the tuchus. When I walked in and I saw like there are all these people, because you know, like when people or entities like they just got too big, it just like imploded.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't know if you learned from those guys' mistakes, but they obviously made some mistakes. And how is it that you're able to turn that and have a viable, successful? Obviously, these are paying clients, and there's, you know, like I was thinking, okay, there's an overhead, and then there's like the profits, and then just finding that balance. And then, oh yeah, I had another question.
Yes.
Remember the show, One Day at a Time? It's like a divorced mother with 2 daughters.
I heard about the show,
in the
but I've never
70s.
seen it before.
Okay. Well, they were, you know, it was controversial because there was a woman alone and she had 2 daughters and there was no boyfriend. And wait a minute, that's like, can that happen? Yes, in America, yeah, sure. But the building that they lived in, they had a Schneider who was the go-to fix a guy. Any little problem with the building. Who is the build? Do you have a team of Schneiders? Or do you have, like, let's say interconnectivity? Oh, the Wi-Fi is not working. Oh, the plumbing's this. Obviously, there's got to be somebody available 24/7 to make like tout suite. It's got to happen. Right. And I see yourself. Well, why would you want to get out of bed at 4 a.m. and take care?
No.
So you have who's the Schneider?
I mean, luckily the infrastructure in Thailand is pretty stable.
Okay.
I mean,
But you have problems.
We have problems. So we have a handyman.
Okay.
We have a handyman. I guess that's our Schneider.
Yeah.
And he's really good at fixing things.
So he's a keeper.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But we also have a team of employees that they're not here around the clock, but they're here 9 to 9.
Yeah.
Well, so they solve 99% of the problems.
You use them, or in the sense that, you know, when somebody is like they're already on the payroll and they're here regardless, or if it's just like a special need, like when they come, that's when the meter starts running.
Yeah. So we have a team, and luckily they're very good and they're very trustworthy. So I actually, by the way, I just noticed that you've been streaming for 40 minutes plus.
Well, it's ho time.
I feel
So
like
15
I feel
minutes.
bad because I'm supposed to be
Okay,
here.
so we're shall we play
so
the
late.
guild? Shall we? Okay, I have some questions.
Yes.
We'll get them out of the way because
Okay.
What I'd like to do is just hand it over to you, and then you can, you know, even take the gimbal and then just run us through, because I don't think you've done a show and tell of the Alt Chiang Mai. You've talked about it, like when you did a meetup with Dave, you guys like did street food and cultural stuff that was Chiang Mai.
Yes.
It really just barely touched on the, like you said.
Not since we opened, because
here
when it was in construction phase,
Yeah.
I think I was still using
missed it.
Twitter, but yeah,
Missed
there
it.
wasn't any people.
So this
There
will be
wasn't
up to
many.
date because some people have been knowing because I was coming to Asia. Oh, are you going to meet up with John Ho? Because it was Dave that suggested in the first place. And so now it's a fait accompli. It's there. Okay, question. Andy Do. There was, like, people want to know what's
Andy
up with
Do.
Andy Do latest.
Andy Do is around town, but I haven't, like, to be honest, I haven't.
Well, yeah,
been in
4
touch
years
with
ago
him
you guys did a meetup and a coffee. And
So he's around.
okay.
He's not so much active in the social media space.
Okay. But he was a digital nomad living and working here in Chiang Mai.
Yes.
I think he had like an Amazon business.
Yes. He
Maybe
went back
he's
to the
like
States during
gone
COVID.
out of that and into something else because
Probably.
Probably because people copy and then they undercut you. Okay. Raven Tao.
Yes.
What?
She's around. She's in Hong Kong.
I haven't seen her since Periscope died.
I don't think she's active in the social media space much.
Okay.
Again.
But we love her. We wanted to
Yeah,
get the latest news on her.
Actually, we still have a small WhatsApp group with all the scopers from Hong Kong, the Hong Kong scopers.
I did not know, but
Jonathan
I'm on
JK,
WhatsApp.
JJK,
Yeah.
not a
Not
fan.
asking.
That's it. Well, I mean,
And there are more people, you know. Like
yes,
Penguin was
Penguin
okay, but he
fits.
didn't socialize with you. And then there's the Taiwan band. You know, there's MJ Klein. There's
Yes.
Jevons. There was John Sabot with Far East
I think
Travels.
he's in Vietnam.
Yeah. I had a meetup with him this time last year in Da Nang. He brought me to a vegetarian fusion Japanese restaurant.
Awesome.
Oh, it was amazing.
How's the guy doing, by the way?
I think he got a teaching job
Right.
at that time, and then I haven't I'm hoping that when I go back to Vietnam, I can do a meetup, and then he can fill in the blanks, and then you'll just have to watch my replay or my live.
Okay.
All right.
And you're doing this in Twitter?
No, this is on Prism, which is on YouTube Live. So it's my YouTube channel. I have got 105 subscribers. I'll probably have more after this broadcast.
Not bad. Okay.
Well, I slowly, I do it for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, MJ, MJ is here.
Oh, hey, MJ, we were just talking of the devil. So we were talking about the Taiwan. Let's see. And then there's Casper.
Yes.
And then is there anybody else in the? Oh yeah, the people that did the
JL
meetup.
Switzerland.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, and you know when he's funny, because when he's serious is not the same.
He's
but
Swiss.
when he cracks a joke,
Yeah,
he has a good one. I've heard him swear in Quebecois, which
Really?
is like a French Canadian,
Right.
which they are known like you can't swear like. And I don't know, he must have channeled somebody he met because
Okay.
he does it spot on.
I'm going to visit him in a couple
And
months.
Swiss Mike, I just started following him on Instagram. I haven't heard from him in a while. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
Was he a fussy eater? He didn't like sushi. Well, he was afraid of sushi. Who could
He
be
was
afraid of
very
sushi?
brave when we were traveling to Japan, and he was up for trying different things.
Different stuff.
I mean,
So I'm getting all of this out of my system, and then
Right.
I'm going to hand it over to you because you have got an all muscle memory. But I think I got the Andy, Drew, Jay, Raventau, and then JK, and
Zora?
He killed.
Zora the Explorer? At my age, Zora?
Wait a minute. Was she married?
She married a French guy?
Oh, was she married to a French guy? Didn't they go in Yangon and she went, oh, there's a crack in the road. Oh, it smells. Oh. Or I'm thinking, that's not Zora. Okay.
That's not Zora.
Who was that other one from Hong Kong who was kind of...
in Yangon.
Yeah, she did Hong Kong and she did a few interviews and stuff like that. But she just didn't fit in with the rest of the gang.
I'm not sure if that's
And
Zora.
if you can't say something nice, you better. Listening, JK, I don't care. Okay, so
You would say the same.
and then Milo, and we're just going to
Oh my God.
yeah, Milo.
Right.
We were all sorry about Milo.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing up all the memories, though, because
Drone.
Yes.
Oh my God, that famous drone at the peak where this guy famously lost his drone. I brought my drone. Actually, I did some droning in Pai in Lampang and in Udon Thani.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did you get some good shots?
I did.
Cool. Show me later.
Okay.
I'd like to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have my DJI clip in the bag
Right.
and connector thing, so I can do that on my bigger phone.
Nice. I'm glad that there's enthusiasts like you that's kind of continuing this streaming
The
journey,
thing
to
is,
be honest.
Periscope had like a community that was like no other that the internet was able to just manifest. And somehow you can kill Periscope, but you can't kill these keepers.
Right.
And you're the 6 degrees of separation from all of those. Rosella, what's news with Rosella?
I met up with her.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
But the point is that
I think she's doing well. She's trying to be a yogi instructor.
Okay.
So she's trying to leave the journalism kind of industry, going into
transition, reinventing is always it's a healthy thing.
And she comes to Asia, I think every year, usually in Vietnam. I think she prefers Vietnam or Bali. I forgot. Yeah, one of
I
those.
have been to Bali, but
Yeah.
I would have preferred to have gone to the Bali 30 years ago as opposed to the Bali today. But maybe
Yeah, it's
I'm
very different now, I
yeah.
heard. Yeah, lots of salad.
My first trip to Vietnam, I was in the north. Yes, we love Rosella,
Mm.
of course. And he has
And Claire,
actual meetups with
remember
her.
Claire Wood?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I expect that I will do a meetup with Claire when I go to
Right.
Paris.
So I met up with her a couple months ago.
I was familiar. I don't know what the details are, but of course, because
Yeah.
6 degrees of separation,
Right.
the John Ho, quotient
Great
and
about
whatnot.
Bali. At least I went there 7 years ago.
So,
Yeah, it's a very
so there's
different place.
Claire, and then and Mika. We saw Mika, from a baby
Right.
to.
He's
And
5 years old now.
oh my God,
Yeah.
kids grow up fast. So, and then he has a little sister, which we know very little about.
Summer.
Is that
Well,
right?
I have an Instagram account and
Okay.
it's public.
Okay.
So we do.
I rarely use it except for when I'm on holiday, and that
Yeah.
might be why I'm out of
It's
the loop.
it's a good thing because it's addictive and you don't get anything good out
And
from it anyway.
and the home, I remember when you had the foundation ceremony in the home, and obviously the
Wow.
home went well. It
Right.
got built, and it takes care of itself.
Hmm.
And
Spirits are happy.
and if I recall, your wife before the trouble happened in Myanmar had a kind of a charity thing where she was working with women from Myanmar, either women that were
Deaf
troubled
people.
or okay.
Yeah. So people
And
can't hear.
that ended because of the
Well,
troubles?
I mean, she was still working for the organization for a couple more years during
Yeah.
COVID because there's the war and then there's COVID. And so the whole country is paralyzed, shut down. It's very sad. So yeah, that's why we traveled to Yangon from
Okay.
time to time.
Yeah,
This
it brought me back. I was there in 2005, and
Yeah.
it was it proved to me that there was still mystique left in the world if you got up early enough. You could find like
It's a very
these little
unique
magic
place.
moments. Yeah.
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 I actually like the country a lot. It's very sad to see its current
No,
state.
I haven't heard from Irish Omani blog that loves Paris and Claire Wad.
No.
But I expect that if I ever get my sorry ass down to Paris, that it's clear. Fuck, Euro Maestro. We'll do a meetup with Claire.
Right. Is he still in Paris?
I don't care.
Okay. Who has preferences?
We do. I'm a teaser. I like to tease.
No, it's all good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Paris is incredible.
there we go. So
I'm not a fan of Paris.
I can see why. I mean, there's like all of France. You have Mont Saint Michel. You have the south where you can go Saint Tropez or Neboul. Do you know Neboul on YouTube? He does Saint Maxime. He's got a really good following. He does very well, and
I mean, as far
good
as
on him.
streaming goes, like of course
Yeah.
there's a lot to see and visit and experience
Thank
in
you.
Paris, but to be a tourist and to live in Paris, like I don't
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it.
Well, I'm glad you have an opinion on that because you've been a couple of times. I have yet to go, but I can speak French. I mean, from North America, French. So I will probably get corrected often. And luckily, I have
Well, they'll talk to you at least.
I have a pass because I was educated in English, and so even though French was my first language, from kindergarten to university, I'm more of an Anglophone. That's what we call English speakers. So sometimes your sentence structure will be a translation from what you formulate words and phrases in English and then French, and then they catch you. You're not a French person. And so, therefore, ergo, I'll probably get a pass because I can pretty well understand like Marseillais and all of these weird dialects, like the Belgian French I like is a lot, and Swiss French, and generally I've never been stumped by anybody, even with a weird, like those weird like Scottish accents that you go, what the fuck
I
is he
know.
saying?
It's so confusing, even in the English language. I am going to take a selfie of us just to put it on my Instagram, by the way.
All right.
With maybe the camera. So you'd be like,
There you go. All right, I think I exhausted my ultimate questions. We talked about what my impressions were of the place even before we got to get, from the horse's mouth. as it were. And then there's still other people from the internet or the Periscope community that, well, we've got the major ones. You've got Claire, Rosella, JL.
Well, there's also Keizo.
Teresa. Yeah, well, Keizo, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Teresa.
Cha-Cha, his dear Cha-Cha, that was his cat who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hal is learning Gaelic.
Hal Sparks is a comedian, so I have a feeling that it's probably she moderates and Hal's. Well, he used to live stream in the Trump years, and he used to kind of paraphrase what mainstream media was reporting on Trump, and it was like hilarious. It was so funny. Hal Sparks, but now he's also like a musician, so he gets up on stage and he has a band and they go live and they have lots of fun. So let me just try and see if we forgot anybody. So Swiss Mike, JL. Oh yeah, Teresa from Bangkok.
Yes.
I'm going to be in Bangkok in 3 days or so. I'm flying tomorrow to Hanoi for 2 days, and then I'm back in Thailand, and I'm starting in Bangkok. And then, this is a question I have for you. The last dive I had was in 2000. I'm an open water diver from PADI. I know that you can do open water training here in Thailand, and it's actually quite affordable. And I'm thinking it's been like 24 years since I dived, so why not just be supervised, get instruction? You get 5 dive with the course, and I'll be an advanced diver at the end of it. And so from Bangkok, I might go to Pattaya or whatever. So I'm thinking in your network of people that you know, maybe you know somebody who, I know the guy who can tell you what you need to do in order to get you. Okay, we'll move on from that for later.
I think Christy is still here. She's a diving instructor. She brings groups from Hong Kong to all different places in Asia for diving.
Fantastic.
And so I met her here, so you guys won't know.
So
there's also
resolved. We can move on from that.
But Phuket, I think Phuket is a place where you can actually do a lot of.
So I'll start on my Google, but at least there's a connection, and then somebody say, well, this outfit is somewhat more reputable than another one, and then this is the range you're looking at. So I'm already reassured.
Elle in Paradise.
All in Paradise is the name of
Elle. Remember Elle?
Oh yeah.
He's in Hawaii. I've never met his real face, but
do we have Wi-Fi here?
Yes, we do.
Because I have another phone.
Let me give you a code. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be back.
So this is turning out a lot better than I thought, because we've been able to because there are people that want to know certain things, and then we get them out of the way, and then I can just shut the fuck up and let John take the reins, as it were. So hopefully the battery mic that I have for him will outlast what he might have to say, because we'll have to do it unplugged at that point. So now I'm starting to calm down. So thank you. Okay, so
guess.
Okay, and then
I think it'll pop up.
And then we have a login and something. So this takes there's more protocol. It's not as friendly as certain, but I guess there's a reason for that.
Oh, I mean,
because it's like an extra hoop that one has to before they still gets to fish.
We don't want random people having access over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But, so you want me to punch it for you?
Oh yeah, it's all 2750 for the login, and then the password is 8448.
Okay, should work.
Okay, and then you were going to give me some kind of links or something, because as you were interrupted, you
links
were saying,
of.
So now that my
the PADI thing?
I don't know. Okay. Anyways, now I have a connected phone, so I don't have to bother this phone, and we can at the moment's notice.
Let me ask Christy. I'm assuming she's still there. About the diving thing.
I'm here till about 1. Well, wheels up at 1:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm kind of editing my luggage overnight after we do this.
Okay.
And but I'm back, and I could have you on Twitter or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's not. I
I'm
have
here.
time.
I'm here. I'm here.
Well, you're obviously busy. So there were a number of things I got out of the way, and then there was something else I wanted to bring up. It might pop into me, but there was, oh yeah, Hong Kong. You left it behind, and your kind of timing is pretty good. It's like, it kind of looked like you weren't kind of like escaping anything. It just turned out like, hey, there's opportunities for me in Chiang Mai. I'm going to try it out, and look at what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down the drain.
And I remember you were saying something about.
It's a shithole place now.
I remember you were saying like some of your compatriots from Hong Kong going, "Are you sure you know what you're doing? What are you doing?" And then saying, you're making a big mistake, and it's like, hello.
They've changed their mind now. They're like, John, you're a visionary.
Well, you see, when you pay attention, you don't let things like this go.
By the way, I don't know if many people know about this, but after Periscope, I was actually active in building another community called Married to Chiang Mai.
No.
Right, because it's all in Chinese. And
okay. Yes, because you were compartmentalized.
Yeah, so then there was a Facebook page that I would stream on a weekly basis as a Hong Kong person living in Chiang Mai, just to explain to people life here.
Inquiring minds need to know.
Yeah, so then that was like 3 years.
Okay.
3 years and 5,000 strong subscribers.
Wow.
On Facebook. Yeah, but again, like because of kids, because of this, I haven't been active on that space either. And then there's Clubhouse, which I don't know if you heard of.
Yeah. I've heard of, but I haven't.
That was maybe 9 months. I was kind of, crazy about it, but then it died down already. So.
I see.
Yeah. So from Periscope to Facebook Live, but it's a total different community, and then to Clubhouse. And now I can't really say I'm active in this space of social media.
We are all tired of our kids' school schedule.
Yeah.
Tied. Yes. I saw your post about you took your telescope out for your daughter's class, and the kids really liked it. He did a parent thing where he brought equipment, nerd stuff. And then, hey, look at the star, look at this. And then, of course, now he's like...
They are curious minds.
Yeah.
They see something that they don't know. They're like,
you open a world, and then it just starts something.
Yeah.
Yes, I was that kid once. I still channel that kid regularly. Mm-hmm. So yes. So, by the way, this is an Osmo 6. And...
smaller,
and you've got this, that. So we're gonna let you hold the reins because you are Mike, and you are a shameless. You cannot help but produce content. It's been a while, so I would get it out of your system.
So how do you want to do this? Like,
if you want to do actually, I don't know what it is you wanted to do. No, to change the screen is very awkward. It's there, and then you have front camera, and then you. Very wide angle lens or more intimate?
Prism, the app itself.
Yeah, it's Prism. So so there we are.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. And now over to you, John. To camera one.
So how many people
speak, John,
like,
speak. Well, there was Dean and there was Cosmic. My preference is just to have really good contributors and not like too many at a time, because I'm really not good at juggling a full room.
Well, it also disrupts the conversation if you.
There's people with that very special talent that can do that, and we have one that's called Maysfield on Heckle. And there was a time when MJ and I were walking in a historic town, and Maysfield was talking about like ladyboys and stuff like that, and we just muted him and kept walking. But MJ. Paid attention. They thought,
And is this face tracking or?
I don't know. I'm limited, but there is, I think, with the app itself, but not necessarily with Prism. There's limitations with Prism.
But so much lighter.
I can see he's already figuring it out. And
what is the side knob for?
You know what? I forget, and I don't care because it's like an incidental added thing. But it has to do with the app. So you can't do anything with it on Prism.
And this is just recording? And this
Yeah, that's if you're actually recording with the app itself. But we're recording on
and this is the
YouTube.
receiver for the mics.
It is, and
Right.
we got dual mics. So
Right.
hopefully we have another, at least guaranteed a half hour of battery on the
That's a
mics.
miniature receiver, like the smallest receiver I've seen.
Okay,
is smaller
so this
than-
is
this is
geek,
even
geek
smaller
out
than
time.
DJI.
And I can.
I'm just
put in a,
checking his
I can
gear.
put in iOS to power the phone as well.
Right. And can you flip this into portrait mode, like while you're?
Yes, you go like this, boop boop boop.
Nice.
But you
Oh,
can't
but
do that
Prism
on
doesn't do it.
Prism. Yeah, so we got to go
Okay,
back.
Okay.
But just for demonstration's sake, what did we
Fine.
say? Because you know
John,
they've been
please
going
making
on.
me queasy.
Yes, several classes, around 50 kids. Wow, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Got to see Jupiter, wow, and some of the other stuff, because Jupiter has that eye that is pretty well visible. And then if you're lucky, you can see some of the little stars. And I'm trying to, not stars, the moons, but they have, not Persephone, but there's funny Greek names.
This is a question for you.
Okay,
Since you're still streaming,
yeah.
if Elon Musk were to bring back Periscope,
Elmo, yeah.
Elmo, is that what people call him?
Yeah,
All right.
Elmo.
Yes.
And we call it Jwitter because it's spelt with an X now. Rhymes with shitter. See what
So
it's
everyone's
going?
hating on the platform.
See what I did there?
So nobody wants to go back. If he were to bring back Periscope,
He's bringing it to hell. He's just like killing it, and it's on a downward. You know, but I'm still on
Right.
Twitter. But
you don't think people would like want to jump back on the platform?
Oh yeah, no. I would have paid $100 a year for getting Periscope to work.
Okay.
You know, and then all of the things that it did well.
Because he was actually experimenting with.
You know what
it at
I
one point.
enjoyed the most about Periscope was the lack of lag.
The latency.
You had like comedic timing that you could like
that was
get
the best thing they ever did.
Oh, it's so good.
And
It was
none
so
of the
good.
platforms are doing anything. Like that.
Nothing is close to that.
Prism is not. What's the delay here?
Well, Cosmic Worlds this morning at breakfast was 1.5 minutes with her text, but then Dean.
1.5 minutes.
Yeah, with Dean was a little quicker, so there was weird.
So you can't have a real conversation with.
Not all the time. It's hit or miss.
Because the moment you go over 5 seconds, it's like.
I know you're lost. You lost the punchline.
Right. Huh.
Yeah. So if Periscope comes back with that, I would just be for that. Apart from everything else that's supposed to work.
You would think after all these years with internet and progress.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be that hard of a thing to crack.
Well, maybe MJ has an opinion on that.
All right.
When Elmo leaves, we will. Okay. And then I would pay for a fully functioning Periscope. I know you don't. You know, I did that to a viewer of mine, but I channel voices and they don't necessarily match with the person because MJ doesn't talk like that. But I just channeled his voice, and then I'm hearing Rabba who says, "Well, I don't talk like that." I know Rabba. I don't know where they. When I channel voices, whatever comes up, it comes up. I
do
just
wonder if I were to put on Twitter live right now, what happens? Oh, I don't think I can do it anymore, can I?
It's still like some of my Aussie drone friends. There is a guru that's capable, but it's all very
there is
permutated, and it's tricky.
Interesting.
Okay, this YouTube chat, longer stream. You know, I have to do this because it's so teeny tiny on this phone that I've got to get this close.
There is a function in Twitter that is still. Yeah. I can go live. I can press go live.
The internet has missed this space here. They haven't had.
I don't know if I should go back to
a Hodos in a while.
I don't know if I should jump back to the rabbit hole, man. Like,
no. Just for this one thing. But every now and then you should get a meetup from somebody who's been wanting to meet you. They're in Chiang Mai and you have some free time. And it's like, okay, the internet needs another dose of hope. Hodos.
Do you really need another dose of hope?
I think so, because there were questions. They were saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have a meetup."
Yeah. These are no relay system by Chatman. It can be duplicated, but YouTube isn't interested in that. All right.
Okay. So you
what
have
do we do
the
now?
helm. It's up to you because you had obviously.
Do you want a tour?
I've been.
Have you?
Well, only if you wanted to give me one. And okay,
I'm happy to give you one.
This is how you preface things. That basically here they don't know you from like the way we know you.
No, they
So
don't.
what I'm thinking is we can kind of keep it on the down low, meaning we can do a tour, but not really like be allowed and give
Definitely.
away too much stuff.
Especially
So we
for
can
the
keep
co-working space.
the Periscope community stuff private,
Sure.
and then we don't need to give away your past life.
Good idea.
Okay, so
Even though they won't care anyways, but
good.
yeah.
Even better.
I'm gonna just play around with.
Yeah.
Oh wait, nope, wrong button. So let's because you're recording this and you're gonna get footage out of this. So I'm gonna.
Yeah. What are these silos? They look like from 2001 Space Oddity, and that's where you keep the the thing from Alien, all the suits and stuff like that. And she hides, and then the thing's coming by the window, and you go,
So there's two buildings here.
Yes.
I'm not a creative person, though we just call it Building A and Building B.
Okay.
So this is Building B.
Okay.
And this is the ground floor, and we have 4 of these rooms that we call Flexi. And the reason why we call them Flexi is because it can be used as a single bedroom.
Okay.
And there's also a Murphy bed system that you flip it, and then it becomes a private
If you're
desk.
arriving at 2 a.m, like somebody could easily like get into one of these, and then they could sort them out later when they want, like let's say a month or so.
So we don't do daily bookings.
Okay.
Right.
But if temporary thing, so if you had like somebody that wasn't like, you weren't ready to take on that month guy because the person's there for 2 days, they say, but we can offer you this.
That's one way to go about doing it.
Okay.
I mean, you still need to book 6 days minimum, and this would be the cheapest option.
I'm glad we're hearing about these things.
Right, and so these are the shared bathrooms because this is like a small room. It's tiny.
It's a kitchenette.
Yes, but we have the pantry. Let's see if I can.
So there's a fridge.
Yeah, there's a fridge. There's a water machine.
There's a way to wash your dishes. Oh,
yes, there's like man, I miss holding a gimbal and playing around with it.
I can tell. Like
there's a couch area. So then this is like a dorm.
Not today, Satan.
Yeah, this is like a dormitory. But let's walk out. Let's walk out.
Okay.
So I don't know if you stream. Have you shown people the?
No, I didn't because I didn't want to presume. And also, your staff, like your reception staff.
Right.
I was sitting in the waiting chair. They said, "Oh, by the way, John is going to be on his way in 50 minutes." And then I was yakking with Cosmic Rose and Dean. And then at some point, they said, "Oh, you know what? Why don't we go over here?" And that way, I was able to activate the Dave and Osaka geisha spotting voice.
Right. So the reason why they do that is also because this is a co-working space.
Yes.
On these 2 levels.
It goes without saying.
Right. And obviously, serious people doing serious work while we're enjoying. But let's walk through here.
Wow.
Are you using 5G, by the way? Or
I have a plan, and I just upped the data. So if it's available, I believe I have access to it. So hopefully it'll be really good resolution.
Okay. There. Just live streaming.
Wow.
So this is our secret garden.
Wow, are these bathtubs?
Yes. And
so people who like to soak and compute.
This is the only place that you can take a shower in the property. I'm just kidding.
No, I know. No, I had a friend who wrote a lot of technical papers.
Right.
And he did his best work in a tub.
Ah, okay.
So.
Nothing, not that I know of, but the reason why we have 2 tubs here is because 3.
You can chat. You can have a.
You can dip your hand in it and feel it. I think it's still cold. Still cold?
Oh, it's cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're doing ice baths here.
Wow.
3 times a week.
Okay.
And it started at this morning at 10 o'clock. So by the time we're done, like the water's ice cold now. Yeah. So here, this is the space where we would lay down, do a little bit of breath work and yoga.
Okay.
And then we have an instructor to guide you through a process of being in the ice water for 3 minutes. Yeah, and that's
so that's why you have the complexion you have.
My nice smooth skin. This is the back of the building that we were in. This is the entrance for the residents.
Yeah, it's modern. It's really
let's walk up.
Sleek and clean. And all the plants are alive. They're real.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
Well, the good thing about Thailand is plants are cheap and they're very lively. So it wouldn't make sense to have fake plants
Okay.
unless we're in Hong Kong, obviously.
Yeah.
But oh, okay. I really like the control button. I think it's very
Yeah, this is the 6.
reactive. 6, huh?
Yeah.
Have you had other models as well?
No, that's my first, and
Oh.
I only started using it on this
Right.
on
It's so
this
much-
trip.
So much more stable, though, right?
Oh, I like the choice of the table.
Right.
It's very.
Yeah. So we had to customize this table because of the wall. You can
Yes.
tell it's also kind of
Yeah.
it's not
It
straight
fits.
line.
I can't imagine a rectangular table in there, and it would just feel wrong.
Right. So living area or common area of the residence space.
On this floor. Got
We
it.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms.
Okay.
These are ensuite rooms.
If you had fabric hangings on the wall, it would absorb this. Like, it sounds like the cone of silence from Get Smart. But if you had fabrics on the walls, like fabric
Yeah.
hangings, it would absorb that. It would kill that cone of silence
So-
echo.
Luckily, we don't do much here, but
Okay.
you know,
Because the only thing that to me is wrong is the
the
acoustics,
echo. Yeah, the echo. Yeah.
and that can be
And
fixed.
you're very sensitive about it, so that's good.
I'm observant.
Maybe we should put some a foam on the ceiling.
Something,
Yeah, maybe.
and
You know?
then it's done. You're good.
Right. And
Wow. Hi.
so
Oh, I like this
These are the
the
residents?
staircase that, and it's kind of like brushed steel.
yes.
So it's like it'll never rust. It's like some kind of like tarnish that's on it.
Well, it's like the entire piece is actually steel.
But it's treated in that it won't get rusty. It's got some weird kind of like treatment that is like a thin skin, but as long as you don't scratch it, it won't start rusting away or something.
Good observation. I don't even notice that.
Okay. Well,
My
believe
home-
me, designer eyes, like people
Yeah.
that have an eye for things, will catch every little thing about
That's
this.
why this. Right. Right. So if we wide angle this,
Yeah.
so then there's 1 strip, 2 strip, and 3 strip, right? So this
Cone of
is,
silence, yes, get smart.
Yeah.
And Jaime the robot, that was like Jaime is a pejorative for a Jewish person.
oh,
And the writers for Get Smart were all Jews.
okay.
And they wrote all of these inside jokes that only other Jews get, but it was on TV.
Right.
And so people just like it went over their head about all of these little inside stuff.
It's called Cone of Silence.
Well, that was the thing. You see in The Office, 86, would have, because they were always spies. And so they had to have a private conversation. So there was this invention, a glass dome that would come down, but it never worked. But they used it as a gag. That was like always, there was always a problem with it, but they always used it anyway.
Interesting.
Yes, Cone of Silence.
I need to check it out.
Missed
the
it
way-
by that much.
Right. So this is Old City.
Wow. Yeah, so you see the neighbors, and the yard it's pretty lived in, and
Yeah. So this is where local residents are right by the neighbor fence of ours.
yeah.
We
Wow, your privacy fence is just so.
we like to make peace with them.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about our neighbors is they have roosters
Okay.
as pets.
Well, at least they don't have.
Peacocks?
Yes, because they're worse. Apparently, they're really
In terms
loud.
of, are they louder than?
Oh man, they are. He doesn't know about peacocks. It's like there are people that have like peacocks on like outside of like normal, and they just make horrible noise at the
Could probably
wrong
find
time.
more of them in Florida, right?
Yeah, and the complaints as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we get plenty of complaints from the roosters.
Okay.
And,
So you have
probably
this dynamic.
Yeah. So
Skylight.
this is where we let some of the light coming into the building. This is
Okay.
a living area. So downstairs is kind of like dining,
it's
whereas
comfy.
this is living.
Yeah,
we
it's
have-
very cozy.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch where people can play some games.
Okay.
Yeah, TV.
Wow, this is an exclusive because I wasn't aware that you might have done a tour for the.
I don't think I
Periscope
have,
people.
to be
And
honest.
I thought you and Dave missed an opportunity, but I'm thinking, well, maybe there was a reason for that, and because you know each other very well, and you just didn't want to spend time together.
We just wanted to.
And you look like you had fun. So
yeah. Like every time
was the
he
result.
comes to Thailand, or if I go to Japan, we'll find a time to meet up, and you know, we've been still in contact from time to time, right? But
he's in Laos at the moment.
Is he in Laos now?
He's in Luang Prabang, or it was 2 days ago.
Because it's summer school.
No, he's on. Yeah, he's on holiday. He's doing live streaming. He's on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't been.
Now you're up to date.
Okay, thank you.
You can move on.
Yeah. Luang Prabang, huh?
Yeah.
He loves Southeast Asia. If he can make the same salary.
You know, it was Dave that suggested I get in touch with MJ when I was thinking of going to Taiwan last year.
Okay.
And MJ really turned out to be like a super great host. We went droning. I went to like about 5 cities, and every now and then we would meet up. Like MJ would be playing at a club with his guitar and hanging out with musician friends. And he'd say, "Yeah, if you're not busy, show up." Yeah. So I had an amazing.
So you also went to Taiwan as well?
Last year, for the first time, and it was like, before the Chinese invade was my joke,
right.
But it was like of course I'd love to go back.
Right. And so you travel to Asia quite often.
Well, Canadian winters suck. Return flight from Montreal, if you buy it in August, and for end of December, really is super affordable. And from Hanoi, you can like book a flight to pretty well anywhere you want.
How much is a flight from here to Montreal?
Well, if you buy it in August, I was able to get like $1,200 Canadian, which is like maybe less than 1,000. Yeah, for a return flight. Huh. And what I saved there is able to get the travel insurance paid.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the wall of usual suspects.
Yes. So we have all the residents.
Okay.
Take a photo of themselves, and then there's a little bit of information of each of them.
Yeah.
So let's say if you were to move in, then you'd be like, oh, who's living here? Oh, okay, we have Americans, Hong Kong, Chinese, Indian, like Ukrainian, Japanese, all kinds of.
And is this like a Polaroid that like gives you like a standard, or you have a printer that is set up for these photos? Because
it's a printer for thermal heating paper.
Okay.
So it's cheaper than Polaroids.
They're all like what is that? 3 inches by 2.5.
Right.
And it makes the board because it's all standard. And there's no, well, when it's a little bit bigger. No, you're going to have to conform.
So we just use a template.
Yeah.
So
you have the flag nationality, and then the little, it's like live streamer or, foodie, bon vivant, something.
Yeah. So,
and then you got this.
We have a pretty much everyone.
Is there a wall of shame, like the bad corner?
That you have to pay a subscription to access. Okay. Yeah, so this is the quiet space.
All right.
A lot of people who stay here, they're what we call the digital nomads.
They're
and the remote workers. So they have a job even though they're traveling from city to city. And a lot of them requires a professional working desk or a very nice environment so that they can be productive. Which means
I think you've more than exceeded. This is like state of the art. I don't know if you can get an example of a better working space that is designed with a whole bunch of elements and things. Show me one. Give me an example. I can go online.
Well, we call ourselves the first design and built for remote workers, co-living and co-working space. So then, of course, you have the WeWorks, but they're usually just
the reason I know about them is because they tanked. They went ahead of their skis.
Yeah, well, but they also, the founder made a lot of money in the process of
then
doing that. Yeah. Hello. These are my residents from Hong Kong.
Let's show this. So
this is a little booth we have.
A little booth.
Stick ball gun. Yeah. So sometimes people play chess. They want to do board games, or they just want to work here. And this is a space they can also do stuff. These are the rooms we have.
I like those shoes, by the way.
Oh.
Show them your shoes.
Thank you.
Nice shoes. Oh, the roof.
Yes. And then we have a rooftop. Exclusive. Your room is ready, MJ says.
There's more. as Jim Carrey would say from
Yay!
wow, you got for the former Russian Olympiasts that need to stretch out their shoulder.
Don't fall, bro.
Sorry. Don't fall, bro.
Yeah. So this is our rooftop,
Wow.
and
And
quite a nice
protected
view.
against the elements.
you know, and there's a height limit to build anything within the old city limit, which
Yeah.
is 12 meters.
Wow.
So this is exactly
max?
12 max.
Was this building built or it was like a refurbished building?
See the pink building over there?
Yes.
It's exactly the same as
Okay.
that one.
Yeah.
Same landlord, because they
Okay.
own both lands here.
Yeah.
And we basically just reconfigured the internal.
From the bones.
Yes.
Wow.
We have to break down every single, piece here. So we have to retile the floors. We have to rewire the electricity.
How long did the planning take?
The planning, maybe 6 months, I want to say.
That
But in the
sounds pretty
process of planning, like
Yes.
it took us 18 months to acquire the land. We rented the land for 15 years, and then operating on the first day. Approximately 18 months.
Has anyone come up to you and said, I want to buy you?
I wish.
Okay.
I mean, so
It could happen.
it could happen, I guess. Maybe that would be a nice
this
scenario.
is a turnkey thing. You just buy and then it's
Yeah, but we don't own the land. We signed a lease. To
yeah,
the
but you
land.
have a 15-year lease.
Sure, yeah. So people can take over the lease if they want to operate it, and
Yeah.
it's always about the price.
Okay.
But what's interesting is I just came back from the second location that we're going to open in a couple months.
This is news to us. We did not know this.
So
Exclusive.
interesting story. People like the place so much. They were asking if we're going to expand, and we so happened to found another property that we see a lot of potential. We don't have the cash. We didn't have the cash, so we just asked the community.
Investors, kids, investors.
And we have
Okay.
some people who actually put in money. So then,
Ground level.
yep,
Okay.
we've been working on construction for the past 10 months, 11 months.
Okay.
So we're 2 months away from soft opening.
Wow. So I'm trying to picture John Ho still back in Hong Kong and John Ho in Chiang Mai with what you've been able to achieve and accomplish.
Gain a little bit of weight, still like to talk.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I have a physical business.
this is. See, I'm eating my way through Southeast Asia. That's what I do in the wintertime.
That's what you need to do when
Yes.
you're here, right?
Yes.
There's no-
And MJ he concurs.
Yeah, breaking news. But yeah, like obviously, father of two. That's different than when I was in Hong Kong.
Yes.
I have a brick and
Even
mortar
when it
business.
was new, it was like when there was Mika, it's like you tell that you were like falling into the parenting thing, but it wasn't
was
something
trapped.
that
I
was
was trapped.
what?
No.
Yeah, it didn't read like that on the live stream, but it looked like it was like a learning thing. But the point is that the whole that was viewing the whole show was
I was
sort
still
of.
streaming when my baby was born, right?
Well, yeah. There was a pregnancy, and then all of a sudden, oh, now he's a parent, and people congratulations. And then
Yeah.
there are those moments where like it wasn't like the first step that was on live stream, but there were a lot of these moments that were quite endearing.
Now that you mention it.
You're the only, I think, contributor that actually had an infant that was progressively, you get tabs onto, okay, now they're 3 months old, and now they're 4 months old. Apparently, Mika is 5 old now. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. Wow. The more you mention about it, the more I can remember back in those days.
Okay.
How
Well,
Because
the
that was
thing
a
is,
very
it's
different
on the
lifestyle for
internet
me.
it's forever, but
Yeah.
some of that, all that Periscope, if you didn't save it, it's gone.
Well, I rarely go back to my videos and rewatch them because I find it very weird to listen to my voice and see my face.
Sure.
And then it was like a different phase of my life that I just kind of left it. And I enjoy the occasional like encounters like this.
I can tell.
so we could revisit, talk
Yeah.
about it, and be like, oh
Yeah, and now it's out of your system. You got like you're good
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Well, I mean, I'm going again. I'm going to revisit JL Switzerland again,
Okay.
and so there's these close friends that I still
Was
have.
Teresa in
Periscope.
Switzerland staying
Yes,
with JL?
she was.
She didn't say. She was just saying she's Switzerland.
I
She
think
said that
she-
she wasn't going to say bad things about chocolate because they would
things
forbid her
about
from.
chocolate.
Yeah, they would forbid her from returning. So she had to be careful.
Yeah. So there's people like Teresa,
Yeah.
JL Switzerland that
Yeah.
we're still very good friends.
Yeah.
Dave, I meet from time to time, and
Yeah.
I just met with Claire White, for the first time
Okay.
since I met.
I will
since
have a
know
first
about her.
time, I'm sure.
And Mokhtar. I don't know
Because
if you know
she's the
him.
other person that had a child on Periscope. And,
Right.
And
Yes.
so
Yes.
we're all
I
invested.
met her son.
Yes, I think I saw a selfie, but I'm
yeah.
not sure.
And Mokhtar. Do you know Mokhtar?
I recognize the name, but I don't know.
He doesn't show his face.
Is
when he's
he lives
streaming.
in Asia? He's French, but he lives in Asia.
No, he's in Paris.
He's in Paris.
So when I actually didn't remember that he was in Paris. So then when I tweeted out
that you were doing
that
meet
I
up
was with Claire, he sent me a message. He DM'd me on Twitter,
Okay.
and he was like, "Hey, are you still in France? Because we'd love to meet up." So he didn't want to show his face and all that, but we actually spent like a couple hours
understandable.
having coffee. Interesting guy. Yeah, one Periscope room.
Again, 6 degrees of John Ho.
I think in Periscope it's even like less than that, to be honest. Right. So this is the rooftop.
It's great. I like it.
Yeah. Careful when you walk down, though.
I know. I had an issue with descending some stairs in Saigon last year, and I tore the
Oh, no.
tendons from my. Well, I ended up being unconscious and woken up by people asking me if I was okay.
Are you
And then-
serious?
yes, I'm serious. And then, they put me in a cab. I went back to my hotel, and I didn't want to fall asleep because I hit my head falling down. And so I was in an ambulance, and then called the travel insurance to prove, whatever they needed to do at the emergency. And I was treated with kindness the entire time.
This is in Vietnam.
Yeah, last year. So it's been barely a year since I tore, but
Which
I had
tendons did you?
both actually. One was in January. As I missed a step, I tensed and it tore here, and it was incredible pain. Well, I just want to breeze through it. And then a month later, I'm in a bus station, and like those little steps in Asia where that you least expect it. Well, I missed, and I tore the other one. And then so I saw a specialist
God,
in
sorry.
Canada, and they said we can't operate. We can't guarantee anything. So you're just gonna have to,
Yeah.
see if it gets better on its own.
You should stand on the right side. So
Yeah, I'm good. But this is the good news. It's only been a year, and I've gotten I'm about 75% of my strength back.
Okay.
So things are progressively getting better.
That's good. That's good.
And
to
I
know.
just descend the stairs like an old
Right.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah, things are great because all of the walking and the climbing and the caving and it's really good exercise, like physiotherapy for my legs.
Mm.
Because I couldn't sit down normally, I couldn't get in and out of a car normally,
Right.
and now it's coming back. So I'm very, very pleased with the progress.
Happy.
Yeah, me
Happy to
too.
learn that. Cosmic Rose says, Fuse is like old fam week.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry guys if we missed.
Hey, I didn't
some of
offer you
your
coffee or
comments.
drinks. Oh my God.
I wasn't really that thirsty. Every now and then I get a coughing fit.
Okay.
And luckily, in Thailand, they have 15 variations of Fisherman Friends lozenges. 15 flavors.
Yeah.
And you can only get them here in Thailand.
They're crazy about flavors here.
Yeah.
Lace, the chips,
Yes.
they have Thai flavors.
But they don't have taco flavored.
No,
and they don't
but
have
they have tom yum
jalapeno
gong.
flavored. What's that?
They have
Korean?
tom yum gong, the
Korean?
soup, the sweet and sour soup.
Oh, okay. Tom Yum. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll when I'm in Bangkok, I'll get some
Yeah,
from the 7-Eleven.
definitely. I'll show you the coffee shop as well. So this is our coffee shop.
We saw as we entered, and we
Yes.
thought, great.
Our
very
lovely
welcoming.
coffee baristas. Yeah.
I was saying this is probably like $15,000.
Yeah.
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 That's what
It's
I
not cheap.
guessed.
It's not
No.
cheap. But so
Italian?
we don't do our own coffee. Like it's all
Okay.
imported, but I'm not sure about this brand.
Okay.
So this is outside.
Yeah, I came up from there when I went live and I walked in.
Right.
to give them a facade.
Yeah, so we're on the west side of Old City.
Right. You can see a little bit of the gate there.
Yeah. Oh, you can
That is
still zoom in
historic.
like this, which is good.
It's
Yeah.
a nice feature
So that's
because it's visible from here.
It's called the Batu Sundok, which is the gate of
Right.
this.
And
we
I
have-
did the New Year's lantern from the Fei Gate,
yeah. Taipei
Gate,
Gate. Okay.
because
Cool.
you told me New Year's was like
Right.
crazy, and
Right. Did you have fun?
there I was. I flew over from. I had Christmas in Hanoi,
Yes.
but I flew over
Right. And I
early.
didn't miss. I again didn't get to meet up with you because I was like doing something else, and then you had to go to Thailand.
Understandable.
Yeah. Cool.
And as long as it's like not an obligation, right? And
No. I mean, it's never an obligation.
you before, so you don't know who you're getting. The
So
internet's full of
far-
assholes.
Nah. So
No,
far,
the internet is full of assholes.
not in
Yeah.
the Periscope community though.
No, the
Not the
keepers,
people who wants to
the
meet.
6 degrees of John Ho separation. Yeah, that they're fine, but everything else, you know. Yeah.
I've once had a Swedish
Cake, please. Oh, carrot
yeah.
cake.
Yeah. I once had a Swedish viewer that came to Chiang Mai asking to meet.
Not Peter Sweden.
No, he's not a
Okay.
scoper.
He's a creep.
No. He's a viewer, so I don't interact with
Yeah,
him
no,
much.
I'm talking about Peter Sweden. He's like a right wing.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he's a right wing numbnut.
But is
the
he still
Russian
active?
guy. Yeah, he's
Oh.
still active on Twitter. Very conspiracy theory and very, like those Europeans that don't like people from ethnicities coming into their country.
Right. Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
Tommy Robinsons of the world. He's a Brit who's the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen
move
a
off that
scope
subject.
before. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, it would be like the Russians. Like, I mean, really, like the sky is falling, and there are no-go zones. He was broadcasting no-go zones in Sweden because apparently it's lawlessness, and women who are in these no-go zones, Swedish women, will get raped, and the cops don't do anything. That's what he was
Okay.
putting out there. It's not true, but that was Peter Sweden.
So
He
that's
had
not
an
real.
agenda. Well, of course, you can have petty crime here and there, but he was basically saying all immigrants who were of a Muslim persuasion were like crime and criminal and then some.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Okay, let's change topics. We don't want to get political.
No, we don't. But anyway, so yeah, I think I've shown most of the property.
Yeah.
Pumpkin
Was
pie
there
and
a
carrot.
blessing for this building?
Yes, there was.
Because I'm sensitive to learning about culture. Like MJ, took me one of the first places he took me was to a temple, and he explained to me a little bit about a ceremony and things not to do, like put things on altars if you want to, if they're yours,
Right.
and little like basic things like that. And luckily, that kind of opened the door for me to during the. There was, I think it was at the Lunar New Year, there's a procession where the young people are rekindling like the old traditions where they pay homage to the Jade Emperor and then all the other deities. And I was able to participate.
That's probably
in
very
that.
Taiwanese/Chinese
Okay.
culture. Here, people are also superstitious.
Okay.
They
Oh
believe
yeah,
in
even the
spirits.
cabs, like my guide had, there's like a type of a prayer.
Yep.
And then there's 3 gold.
The amulets
yes.
and all that. Yes, a lot of people they practice. I mean, I don't know if they practice it, but they believe in those things. So we also have to do a ceremony for the foundation, and I mean, I'm Catholic, so I don't.
So am I, but I don't. I'm not. a
Yeah, but then
believer,
it's again like
it's culture.
whatever that needs to be done to make everyone happy, I'll do it. I don't make a fuss out of it. But yeah, we've had similar events here, and nothing has been keeping us sleepless since. So,
Knockwood.
yeah. Yep. Okay, back to you.
Okie doke. So you know what? You know what they say, they always leave him wanting more? I think this is a good place to conclude, but we're going to zoom in on the gate There it is. And I'm going to read the comments. Feels like old family week. Walk mindfully. Pumpkin pie, carrot cake. So MJ, Cosmic Rose, Dean, and whoever else came in, thank you so much. And replay viewers, yes. John Ho, any last words to your audience?
If you want to know any of my life, I guess you can come to
Chiang Mai.
Instagram,
Oh,
John M.
Instagram.
Ho. Yeah,
Okay.
still John M. Ho.
Also, here, what is this? That's the name, Alt Chiang Mai.
Yep.
Goose Coffee.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. So there's the historic gate. What was the name of it again? That one?
Batu Sundok. Sundok is the name of the gate.
Okay.
Batu means gate.
Thank you so much. Thanks
See
for
ya,
coming
Dean.
in. Wait, everyone, pretty please smash the like and to help. Thank you so much, Rose. Thank you so much. Bye for now, and we'll catch you later. Bye. And yes,
Nice.
and then end.